My name's Charlie, and I'm here to do an interview about cosplay and costume design and things like that. 30 years ago, my father and I bonded over Star Trek when I was a child, and as I got older, and I'm still a fan actually, but as I got older and I learned what Star Trek conventions were, people dressed up in the uniforms, and I went to the conventions. It fascinated me, and then I got to be 18, 19, and started and learned what anime conventions were and comic conventions were. And my dad had always built Halloween costumes for us growing up and for himself, so it's always been kind of a creative spark in my family. So I just started building costumes to go to these conventions, and as of this year, it will be my 25th year cosplaying. I started in 1999 officially as a cosplayer. My degree is actually in costume tech. I don't get to utilize it professionally, but I do get to utilize it in my personal life. I've met wonderful people through the art, some lasting friendships. My best friend actually, because we met because we were cosplaying from the same video game at an anime convention. So my social circle is wonderful. I have learned a lot about just textile arts in general is something I am passionate about. Historical costuming. It's just personal enrichment, really. It's just something I really enjoy. It's a stress reliever, even though sometimes it can be quite stressful. I go to cosplay conventions on a regular basis, I would say. I go to maybe 2 or 3 large ones, maybe a year, no more than that. They are quite expensive. I do a lot of smaller gatherings throughout the year that are less expensive, or sometimes they're free. It's just as a matter of just being social, getting out there in my costume and geeking out with my friends. I have cosplayed a lot in 25 years. The one I cosplay the most frequently is the Winter Soldier from Marvel, Bucky Barnes. He's definitely one of my favorites. Captain America is my favorite Marvel character, period. And of course, as you'll see here, I do have the dress that I brought. My current hyperfixation is the build I'm building right now, which is from Our Flag Means Death. And that's Steve Bonnet. So I can't just drop a whole bunch of money in one go. Costumes, so I budget out a costume build in advance from when I need to have it done or when I want to have it done, and I just pick at it here and there. And when it gets done, it gets done. I try not to have a deadline. And so yeah, maybe about a year, I would say 9 months to a year.
Do you have any advice or tips that you would like to give to people who may be trying to get into cosplay or costume design?
Yes, don't be discouraged. Everyone has to start somewhere. I run into this all the time. People who are just getting into cosplay and they don't know how to sew yet, or they're just learning how to sew, or they don't know how to do wigs. And they'll look at me, who has, 25 years of experience, or they'll look at other cosplayers who have a lot of experience, who are just wonderful at the art, and get really discouraged. And it's not fair. Do not compare yourself to somebody who has been doing this for so long. Anyone can do what I do with time and practice. Just keep trying. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. You'll find wonderful people who are willing to help you, who are going to coach you through it, cheer you through it for the rest of the way. Just don't give up.